Oh hi, I'm Drew Lee and welcome to my channel, Drew Lee. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an update, and I also wanted to get some feelers and some feedback and some ideas from you guys for a couple of projects that I feel that I might have in the pipeline. A lot of research has got to be done, and I don't know why I'm talking like a news presenter right now, but here we go. So the update. I have been in touch with my GP. I was not getting through to them, and I was getting extremely frustrated because my phantom feel, aka phantom limb pain, that was getting extremely bad, and I was getting really upset. I couldn't focus, I couldn't do everyday things. I was just stuck on the couch or in bed just doing this and like at the point of tears. And my mum was there at the time, and I was trying to call the GP, and they were like, call back, there's no appointments, call it this time, call it that time, and I got really upset. So mum was like, do you want me to call the GP? And I was like, no. And I did want her to, so she did. And I know I'm a grown man, but I was so upset and down with everything. So she called them, and they were able to get me a telephone appointment for the next day. And I was able to talk to the GP, and for the phantom limb pain, aka phantom feel, I was able to get new medication, and for the last week or so we've been adjusting the medication, and touch wood, it's been getting better. So it's actually starting to slip away. At the moment, now that I've had the new medication, it's kind of like, it's not pins and needles. I had this phrase earlier, but it'll come to me. So it's kind of like a sensation of, not pins and needles, it's like a rubbing, it's like a sensation of pins and needles, but it's not. It's like a stinging nettle, but not hurting, if that makes sense. So like a very dull stinging nettle, and sometimes a very dull clamping of the foot. Whereas before, when I was in a lot of pain, it was like the foot was in a clamp, and the clamp was tightening up, and it was just so painful. So touch wood, I'm getting a lot better with phantom limb pain. Now, when it comes to physio, absolutely nothing, and that's really frustrating. And I've made calls, and they're like, yeah, we're going to refer you and all that stuff. I'm getting tired of chasing up appointments and chasing up people. I've been doing it for the last 3 years, ever since I broke my leg, and it's really, it gets to me inside because I've been chasing, and I have got a very good friend that says the squeaky wheel, let me start again, the squeaky wheel makes, why can't I say it? The squeaky wheel gets the most oil. That is what she said. I got there in the end, didn't I? But, as much as the squeaky wheel gets the most oil, I'm bloody tired after 3 years. I mean, I'm not getting great sleep as it is. I'm just starting to get like a proper night's sleep now that phantom feel is dying down. Before, I was not getting any sleep at all. Everything was getting very topsy-turvy, but now things are starting to die down. But like I say, like physio, I'm waiting on that. I need to chase up on that. And then it kind of leads me into my plans. So I asked about my prosthetic appointment. That was meant to be in January. And when I chased them up, I've got an appointment for March. I'm not happy. I'm sitting in this wheelchair, and I've randomly practiced on crutches that I've got, like in a tiny confined space, so when I fall over I can just lean against the wall or lean back on the wheelchair, which I'm not supposed to do. But what am I meant to do? I'm fed up sitting in this wheelchair. So there's 2 plans I want to do. Now this is where I want thinking caps. I want, if you've got any ideas, if you know any people, links, research, anything for England, UK, like send it my way. So step 1, I'm thinking of doing a GoFundMe page for a prosthetic. Now this is a private prosthetic rather than an NHS one. So the NHS one at the moment, I'm in the queue to get the fitting appointment for March. God knows when that will be made. No idea about the physio. So at the moment I'm stuck in the wheelchair. So I'm thinking about a GoFundMe page so I can get a private prosthetic. Now I've researched online, and at the moment, when I looked today, when I'm recording this, they range from £25,000 to £80,000. So what do I do there, guys? I would like feedback on that. Do I do a GoFundMe page? I mean, I've not got 80 grand, you know. I'd love to have a prosthetic leg, and then I can, you know, show the world what I can do. I used to be a dancer, I used to be very active, and I still am quite active. You know, once I have a prosthetic leg, the videos are going to be like astounding. So that's one thing that I would like you all to give me feedback on. Do I do a GoFundMe page? I'm very, very positive on doing it, and I'm 99.9% that I'm going to. So anything that you can give me, give away. Now, the second thing that I am actually thinking of doing is a charity. Now, I've looked online very, very quickly, and from what I've looked on charities is that I can't do it on my own. It's a lot of hard work, and the charity, or, you know, thing that I wanted to do was basically I wanted to like set up a group for amputees, or not even just amputees. It kind of stretches and expands from this. It's for people that can't get out, people that aren't social, because I'm not social. Being at home, I've got, you know, and I've not got no mates. Really, like, I'm being honest with you, I've got no mates. I've got like a really small handful of physical friends. Yes, I've got friends online and social media, but that's different from having that social face-to-face. So what I wanted to do was get like a group or charity type thing where people that can't get out, people that aren't social, physically and mentally, I want to get something together so people can kind of open up. Whether it's physical contact, whether it's like a Zoom or, you know, Zoom type call where people can talk to someone, even if it's myself or someone else, you know, or whatever. I want to do something like that. So any ideas would be absolutely brilliant. If you do know anyone, people, companies, organisations, you know, I don't want to go into like this mainstream charity type thing, you know, because I don't believe in, you know, these charities where the people that run the charities, they get all the money, and, you know, I don't, you know, I want to give specifically to these people. You know, non-profit, you know, I did look into non-profit organisation. Like, I've got a lot of research to do, but like I say, if you know anyone that can point in the right direction, I'd really, really, really appreciate that. But yes, that is the update. I hope you're all well. Thank you very much for listening, and I am looking forward to all of your responses. Thank you. All the best.